understand. They wish they was. How do I? How long did you leave your styling?
For like a month.
Yeah, I was gonna say 6 weeks. You probably could have left it for that whole 6.
Yeah, I left it for a long time. Then I was like, okay, it's time. But even that, I removed some parts and I didn't commit to the whole thing.
That's cute too.
Mm-hmm.
Take out half of it. Leave the other half in. A style within a style.
Yeah.
You watch Love Is Blind?
Yes.
I'm still
I
trying
watched
to get to the
Love
good
Is
part.
Blind so many countries.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
You watch all of them?
I saw like the UK one, but I was so mad.
Really? It was bad.
One of them, their choices was not good at all.
Oh,
Thank
my.
God.
Dang, the UK doing bad like that. Sheesh. Well, I just started trying to watch the most recent season because everybody talking about it. And I ain't even got to the good part yet. I just want to skip all that fake stuff at the beginning and go straight to the action where people start being themselves and get comfortable. Because that's the part that I'm there for. I don't care about this fake stuff. Like, because they're just clearly being so fake in the beginning. And I hate that so much. Like, I don't know if the girls are, but the guys definitely are lying. Like, I smell lies. It's a thing that it's like a gift. And I smell them and they stink. And it's like, ooh, it's so cringy when you know somebody's lying. It just makes my skin just so itchy. Like, why are you sitting there lying to this woman? I be like, oh, I hope she can smell it. But they don't be smelling it. They just be all in.
I wonder sometimes if they're all in.
Or they just doing it for a thing. They just doing it for TV.
Mm-hmm. And they don't want to leave. Like, they really want to stay.
Right. That must be what it is. Like, you probably, you know what it is? You probably don't get your money.
Yeah,
unless you go through the
right. So sometimes I'm like, no, there's no way you believe this.
Because that one couple with the rich guy, that they didn't make it out of that. They didn't make it to the next part. Like, they kicked them out of it.
Oh, they both.
Because they was both like, that was going to be a disaster. Like, I'm sure that they might have kicked him out, but I was thinking because he got so much money, he probably was just like, look, we don't have to do this. Like, we don't have to do this. Mm-hmm. You can just come and I'll take care of you, blah, 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 blah. And 2 weeks in, she was like, oh, no. But like, or he was, because both of them were like, it's like they weren't listening to each other when they had talked. She said her last boyfriend paid all her bills. And he's like, I don't need you to go 50-50, but I need you to pay something. And she's like, pay something with what? She didn't track. She like, paid what? Like my last boyfriend paid everything. You don't want to hear that again. Like, you're going to hear that again.
No, I believe she wanted to stay like on TV.
Yeah, well, it didn't work out. She picked the wrong one, apparently. Listen, they didn't make it. And I really wanted to see that dumpster fire. Like, I was like, oh, this is going to be good. That was the couple I was trying to see the most, and they're gone. I'm just so disappointed.
I wonder which couple was that?
Remember the guy, Leo, who was like, he's an art dealer. He makes all this money. And then he was putting that other girl, Hannah, through all that. He would have been so mad if he would have saw Hannah. Because you can tell he's you could tell he was probably going to think she was too tall. And like she's all. Because you know his type. They like him real skinny. He picked the girl that's his type. It's just that his type is a gold digger. Like, I don't understand the problem. If that's your type, why are you sitting in here like, I just don't want to come across another gold digger? Listen, this is your life. Accept your fate.
Unless you change your type, that's what you're going to come across.
You leading with money at every moment you can. Talking about, I don't want them to know I have money. Well, then why are you telling them you're an art dealer?
Yeah.
Because nobody's selling $25 paintings. Like, they do that at...
And who is art? I never met an art dealer.
Me neither.
In my entire
I wouldn't even know where to go to find one. Apparently on Love Is Blind. Okay. Yeah. Because clearly, I just wanted to see it. I'm very disappointed that they made whatever choice they made that led them to not be on the show because, or at least they should tell us. I want to know.
Yeah,
I'm still very curious. You know, I always wonder why people look up people from TV, but this is what they're looking for. Like, even if they don't end up on a television show or becoming an actress, they still get all these followers, and all this stuff. And so people are doing it for that. And I always wonder because I did a show, and I just did the show because they was paying me. They paid me money, and I was like, okay, I'll do it because you're gonna pay me. But then like people coming in my inbox to talk to me about the show, and it's like, this is television. Only a certain amount of it is real. There's only a certain amount of it that's actually real, and y'all are taking it and running to people's Facebook pages and leaving them horrible messages. It's like, you don't even know me, and you don't even know the real story. The story that they gave you on that television show.
Why are they so invested in
where? How? But ever since this whole thing where they got kicked off the show or they're not on the show, and I really want to see what happened with them, I need to scroll back to when the show was filming so I can see what they was posting about, so I can see what. Because I need to know what happened.
I will have my own show explaining why the show.
A YouTube channel, something. Give me some goodies, okay? Because I want to know what happened there. I really think that he was just like, we don't need this money. I'm going to take care of you. And then she was like, okay. And then they went on their own little honeymoon. And it said they broke up in Miami 2 weeks later. It was like they went on their own little honeymoon and then was like, ooh, I don't actually like you at all. I'm glad that it's not on television because those fights get serious. I can't, like I said, I can see stuff coming. Mm-hmm. I'm ready to see it. And then I have to watch my shows, my YouTube show channels where they're talking about it because I'm like, I don't know any of these names. I don't know who they're talking about. So I can, once I finish watching it, then I can go see what they're talking about.
Yeah, I always finish because when I start looking at their Instagrams, I'm like, oh, this person is not with this person anymore.
Oh, don't look at that yet. Well, they cut them off the. I don't remember her name, but his name was Leo.
Oh,
the art dealer with a very big nose.
You're right. Mm-hmm. I never found out.
Yeah, they're out of there. So I wonder if they'll be like at the reunion or anything.
I hope they will bring them at the reunion.
I mean, inquiring minds would like to know. I haven't even made it through the end of the season. I still can't stop thinking about them.
So okay, I don't know that he didn't go with her yet.
Right.
Wow, he didn't. What?
So yeah, well, they picked each other.
So they kissed. She got the ring.
Yeah, but for me, it was kind of like a consolation because he was literally first he was telling her he was in love with her. Then he went and told Hannah like you're my favorite. I want you to tell me a reason. And Hannah's like, well, I ain't gotta beg nobody. And so, and so then he picked her, but it was like kind of a consolation prize. And then Hannah was being messy. She actually went in there and told her like, well, he said that he wanted to.
She was.
Yeah, and it's just like, bro, how did you get yourself in that situation? But it's
crazy
no
because to tell them because they will know when they start watching the show.
Well, right, they're gonna find out anyway, and then the girls are all together and the guys are all together, so they're talking. Like you would think that those men would be talking less, but no, they're all talking very much.
This shit is not funny.
And for me, I wouldn't be talking to anybody because I don't want to know, because this is already an awkward and very weird situation in the first place. And they in there sharing information, talking about, like, literally, you talk to this man for 10 days. Like, that's not love.
That's not enough, yeah.
It can't be love. So, therefore, whatever it is, y'all need to stop making it a big deal.
This is the honeymoon phase. Like, the first few weeks.
How are they going on honeymoons before they actually get married? I was getting that show mixed up with Married at First Sight.
Married at First Sight, I can actually do because I would at least believe that the experts looked at something.
Right. But
even that.
Some of that stuff's a dumpster fire too. But yeah, sometimes they do good. So you just never know, I guess. At least you can tell that they do try.
They try.
But some of those people might be just lying on
they lie. So of course. And even Married at First Sight, the one that just passed, Pastor Carl was like, you lied. Literally, you told us you wanted an independent woman and yada yada. Now you have one and you're like, she's too independent. What do you mean?
He straight up lied.
He brought the file that he filled out. Look, you said
you said an independent woman. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes these men be the biggest feminists out here. They don't realize that they are. But then, so there was a guy, literally, I'm telling you, there needs to be a word for when people force you into conversations you don't want to have. Because, like, force in other ways is a crime. So if you start talking about something and I say, hey, I don't want to talk about that, you're supposed to drop it. You're supposed to let it go. You're not supposed to, like, force me and bully me and, like, guilt me into having the conversation like that. It's so rude. But that's what happened.
And you know what? You won't have a productive conversation anyways. So why?
And here's the thing. I'm knowing it's not going to be productive no way. So that's why I'm like, man, let's just not. And so he pushed to the point where, and everybody was at the shop, so it was like a whole room full of girls.
Wow.
One other guy getting his hair done, and this is the guy getting his hair done, and he wants to talk about none other than the gender war. And he wants to say, why are black women like this? And I said, are you looking around at where you are?
Yeah.
Know your audience, sir. It's like, no, now's not the time. He's like, but why? Like, if, like, women...
A whole race?
Hey, what? I was just listening to him and for a second. But then he goes, I just need you to tell me why black women don't get married as much as the other women. I said, you know what? I don't think this is a good. This is not the time and the place. I don't want to have this conversation. You're right, like, and there's a shop full of people, and he not quiet. Not as a matter of fact, I had to ask him not to bring another beer into my salon because this is his first time coming in, and he got a Budweiser in his bag. He asked me after we shampooed. He asked me if he can go on a smoke break, and I'm like, no, sir, because I had squoze him in at the end of my day. So I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and do you, then I'm gonna go home. But
the shampoo takes what 15 minutes, so you couldn't wait.
He needed one, but I was like, if you go smoke a cigarette right now, I'm gonna leave. Because I could just go home, and I usually don't do like that. But he was already kind of like being like a lot, like right away. Like, and so we're going, and that's when what he says, and I'm like, nah, we're not gonna have that conversation.
Wow.
He basically forces it, and then finds himself in a situation where every woman in the salon was like having the conversation. Yes, and we was all. Everybody was easily and calmly able to rebut everything he said because this stuff doesn't make any sense, sir. It doesn't make any sense to who asks women to get married. So then you need to stop talking to the women and you need to go ask these men in the barbershop later. Yeah. Why they don't ask the black women to marry them. You sound stupid. But I didn't say that. We all said it in a very kind, like very, cool, cultured way. But like, bro, that's a silly question. We don't choose that. We can't ask ourselves. I don't get to propose. I mean, I could, but gross. I'm not doing that. And so it's like, and then there's plenty of people that are married. Maybe you should talk to them about how that worked. But talking to a bunch of women,
not even knowing people's statuses. You don't even know the status. You don't know nothing about these people. You're lying. And he's stating a fact. He didn't even say it. It appears to me that black women, because you don't know all black women.
You don't know all of them.
How did you do this test? You picked a sample of like 1,000 over just 50 making up stuff.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's the internet, and that's why I say the internet. And I told him the internet is not real life. You can't like walk around with that stuff and try to. It just don't work in the same. But he's like, well, I just want to help us, and I want us to get better. I said, well, you're not gonna get better by saying stuff that's not productive. That's
counterproductive, and it's not even true.
It's not true, and it's basically just an insult. And it's like you insulting us about something we don't even have no control over. Please, let's just. But he went on to say lots more stuff that came directly from a podcast. And I was just like, what's the word for
your own ideas?
I was just like, what's the word for somebody forcing you to listen to and have a conversation
that you don't want to have? And for that,
very much, I'm feeling violated. Like I didn't want to talk about this. And so when he got kind of to the end, and everybody had rebutted everything that he said, and he had to be like, well, you know what, that makes sense. That makes sense. I said, I wonder if he can go seek out something else to listen to, because this. Whatever he'd been listening to, it just got him set up poorly. Because he was like, I want to get married one day. And the man's 30-something. I said, well, you're 30-something years old. How come you ain't been married? I said, have you asked anybody to marry you? He said, yes. Oh, hold on. Prior to that conversation, ain't no room for you here. Go the other way. It's locked? Oh, okay. Go let him in. Why they bring you with the bag, though? Ain't no room for bags. So prior to that, he was saying how we independent. He kept calling me a boss bitch. I was like, don't call me that. I don't subscribe to that. But I said, technically, I guess I am a boss, but I don't feel like a boss, and I don't treat nobody like I'm their boss in the world. But he just kept saying that. He was like, y'all don't need a man. Y'all got your own money and all this stuff. I'm like, hold on, I got what's right. But okay, so
y'all don't have anything else to provide them money?
So then when we asked him, like, have you ever, asked anyone to marry you? Because it's going to take you to ask somebody.
Right.
You can't say, I want to get married someday, but never ask anybody. It's like, I asked somebody once, and we're like, well, what happened? How come that marriage didn't work out? He going to say... Because, the argument to boss women is, we don't, you don't need us. Like, why is that an insult? If we want you, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
So why do you even need
options?
Needed is a red flag. I told him that's a red flag that you even said that. But he gonna say, well, when I asked her to marry her, she was happy. She said yes. But then after a few days or so, she had told him that she's so happy that he's gonna save her. Now, one of the girls at the shop was a church girl, so she goes, "Well, you don't want anybody to think that." So she's like, "I agree with you for breaking things off because you don't want anybody to be your savior other than Christ." Okay?
Right.
I feel it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's where she's
other than
but for me,
something higher or whatever.
right. But for me and one of the other girls, the stylist, she was like, "But I thought you said you wanted to be needed.
Exactly.
If you want to be needed, then somebody
perfect.
that wants to be saved is perfect. So why would you mess that up?"
So he broke the engagement up.
He broke the engagement
because she said
she need him, and he don't. So
but
like,
why did he propose if he didn't feel like she needed?
She needed him. She told him in so many words that she needed him, and he was
and
like,
he still proposed.
"You need to be more independent." It's just a catch-22. You can't win. You can't win. Can't get even. Can't get out the game. That's my song, Michael Jackson. On the Wiz, y'all know.
So he finally decided that y'all had a point.
We had a point. We had a point, and I don't know. Hopefully, something better will happen, for him in his life that it starts to make sense. Because he going through. I really be feeling bad for some of them because it's like you go through it because you're trying to get a woman, like you want one,
But
you
this
want
mentality,
one.
do you really want one?
Well, you're not going to be able to get one with that mentality. Well, they might really do want one, but because they're believing these other men who are also single and lonely, it's creating a single and lonely epidemic. And I want to feel bad. Honestly, I feel like hopefully something happens. I got sons.
Yeah.
But right now, things are going the way they're going, and it's been on a path. And what are you going to do? Because you out here forcing people to have conversations about
that
it.
means that it's so important to you that you want to force.
And everybody's eyes is big, like, no, don't do it. Not here. Go talk about that at the barbershop. This is not the place.
And how
There's too
do
many
you
women
have
in here.
so many women and you bring up a conversation like that?
That's crazy. I was thinking that he would be like on the same page as me, like, maybe not. Let's not. Like, maybe we shouldn't do this. He literally was getting mad, like I could feel the heat coming off. Like he was like because I was like, nah, let's not do that. I don't want to have this conversation. Because I really don't. I could never talk about it. It'd be fine with me, but
even the approach he took.
It seems to matter to them. So like, let's try to make better decisions. Like when a woman says no, this is the beginning of your problems here. When a woman says nah, no thank you.
I'd rather be alone than be with you.
It's giving. If I turn you down at the gas station, you're gonna call me ugly and out my name, and that's not cool. Like, move on to the next one. Maybe one that's not as cute as that one. Maybe you overestimate your market value.
Maybe you think about how you are and who you are and you have.
Yeah, maybe she's not the one. Like, somebody else will be the one, and that's okay. No.
But to say that white or black. Can you imagine?
That's
it's not only America that has black men.
Man, listen. That's not even the only thing that bothered me because it seems to be a worldwide issue. And it seems to be with all races. Like this, it's not a black gender war. It's a gender war. Like all the women are saying one thing. All the men are pretty much saying another thing. I have no problem listening to the men, but as long as they tell the truth, we're gonna tell the truth, or we're not gonna talk. And it'd be too much not truths being told, because that was one of the things that we talked about. It was like it's a running joke. Black men don't cheat. When everybody knows that's so why would y'all gas? That's like gaslighting. They be like, what's gaslighting? Y'all just making it worse. That's literally gaslighting when you say that something's not happening when everybody knows it's happening.
Every friend you have is probably cheating right now.
Man, every girl I know is or was recently. The last relationship was. It's like, come on. And then they admit it. They say, men cheat. Both, all the races.
Yeah.
Men cheat, women need to accept it. We said we accept it. We do. We accept it.
So we decide that
cheat on each other.
We want more than just
cheat on each other. Cheat on each other. Because we've decided that we're okay. You said choose better. I chose the wrong man to have kids with. Okay, I'm gonna choose better. I'm gonna choose me. I'm gonna be by myself. Oh no, that's not.
That's not what we meant.
That's not what we meant. Well,
Choose
it hurts.
one.
It hurts to be told that it's your fault for. Nobody want to keep hearing that. Keep going through it. It's exhausting. So hopefully by the time my kids are old enough, we get this thing together. But we're not gonna solve it in Locc'd In while you over here making up stuff, because these are not real things. These are not real facts.
And I look at like our kids' generation. These people, I don't even know if they will be interested in marriage.
I know, but that's the thing. I want grandbabies. So I don't know. Listen, I've been talking to mine though since they were little about whether or not they can get a wife. Like, oh, you can't be smelling like that.
Yeah.
You're gonna be lonely. No woman is gonna want you. See, the same things it was like the things that were being said to me as a child.
Yeah.
But I was a little girl.
I'm
a little girl, and you're talking to me about what a grown man wants. That's crazy. But that's what I've been. No woman's gonna want you. You're not gonna be able to find you no wife if you smell like that. You're not gonna get a wife if you don't know how to make basic meals. Like, if you can't clean up behind yourself, no woman is gonna want you.
And the crazy thing is now women are way more independent. They're less likely to deal with your crap.
Well, it was pretty much all by force before.
Yeah.
This is my grandmother and my great-grandmother.
They didn't have a choice.
They couldn't get a bank account.
Yeah.
Like, don't stop. You hate feminism.
They depended on the man, so pretty much it was forced on them.
Yeah, like you couldn't, if you can't buy a house, you can't get a bank account, you can't get a light bill in your name without your dad or your husband. You need a dad or a husband to get a bill. That's crazy. But that was the law, so it's not a surprise that when the law changed, like, I don't know why they're acting so surprised. And I don't know what's so hard about being likable. Be nice. Why must you be an a-hole? Why must you be a jerk? Why is it so fun to say mean things and say I was just joking? Please tell me what you get out of that. Not a woman, not anymore. So maybe stop. Like, stop. So stop.
Change your ways and
I don't think it's that much to ask. It's that you are a kind person. It's not hard. It's literally treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
Literally the golden rule. And
everybody should know this rule.
And the world would be a better place.
Regardless of your race,
or gender, it would be a better place. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I be working on myself, okay? Because I used to get a real thrill, okay? I can't say that the thrill is gone, but I am working on it. But I used to get a real thrill because for some reason I have another gift. I'm very gifted at making people feel what they make me feel. But the thing about that is I don't be wanting to go to those depths. Like, that's not even, I would never do this. I would never do this under any other circumstance, but so that you can feel it, I'm going to go here. I'm tired of going there. I'm going to just let you have it. Get away from me.
Yeah. Then you move on faster.
Just get on. Just get on.
You don't spend the time thinking.
Because that's a lot of energy into some negativity. Like, it feels icky. Yeah. So, I want to say I had to let it go. The thrill might not be all the way gone. Clearly, after I told you about earlier today. But listen, don't treat people how you want to be treated. Everybody do that. We can actually change the world. What are we talking about? Heaven on earth? Like, I'm tired of earth. Earth is annoying. Like, people suck. And I need people to stop sucking. Like, because it's not necessary. I know that you can do better.
Without even doing too much effort.
I know you can do better. I feel it in my spirit. Right, without no effort, literally just don't do that thing. If you just not, you'll be a better.
And most people know what they do that people don't like.
They know
everybody tell them.
By the time we get to our age, people done told us multiple times. Okay? I know mine. Bad attitude. Smart mouth. That's what I'm saying. I'm working on my stuff.
It's the best gift.
Yeah, I'm working on my stuff. But that's all we all need to work on our stuff. And being kind is easy. Somebody I don't want to be fake. Well,
it's so much easier.
Work on not being
fake and just being genuinely like.
and work on what it is that makes you just desire to be a mean person, and what do you actually get out of it? Are you getting anything? Because if you're getting something, fine, I guess. But like, I don't think you're getting anything, especially if you don't desire to be lonely. Now, there are people that desire to be lonely. Sometimes you got to be mean to people to get them about your circle. If that's your goal, then it makes sense.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to be lonely, being mean seems stupid. Because if you're angry, you're going to be alone. If you're mean, you're going to be alone. That's when you're going to be by yourself. You're making bad choices, and that goes for everybody.
Because
Nobody wants to be around Stanky. Don't take that on somewhere. Don't take that on somewhere. All these men people around me. Gotta do something. I really, because once you have 4 sons, you just assume that, okay, I must be gonna have a granddaughter.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't have a daughter.
At least one.
I gave it a shot, and the daughter did not arrive. So, somebody gotta get married and have kids. Up in here, I need at least my little granddaughter. I'm sure it's gonna happen for me. So, I'm sure I'm gonna have me a grand girl. Because I need her, and I hope her mom be acting right, because we need to be besties. I'm trying to, and another thing I don't understand, how are we not getting along? Because even if they not getting along, I bet you I'm getting along. We about to be besties for my grand girl, even if it's a grand boy. We're gonna be besties, because I'm not gonna be not being able to see my grandkids. And I ain't gonna be able to argue with her if she decides that. So therefore, I don't know what, they better act. Listen, I will hurt one. I'm on the girl side.
No. I don't think you're capable of raising these boys and having them be with women who are not like you.
Crazy, these water boys.
Would hope.
We're gonna pray on it.
Yeah.
And our hopes and prayers. And hopefully, because I'm telling you, I'm training them to be good husbands. Not those jerky ones that nobody likes. Not those jerky ones that get left.
It's really easy.
Yeah, like,
Just,
I don't get it. Like, it's because we're girls. That's what we don't get, because there's something else firing off, I'm telling you. There's something else firing off. I mean, they tell us, but it still seems ridiculous. And then if the case is that you have to have multiples, then marriage is a dead thing.
Yeah.
Marriage is dead and it's never coming back. Yeah. Babies might still be being made, but marriage is a dead thing and it's never coming back. Because nobody's signing up for that. You can't cheat on people if they don't commit to you.
And
so
all the
we'll just stay single
out there.
Oh, so less babies for sure. Less babies, to be clear. But babies still maybe, but not marriage. Marriage won't be. Because nobody wants to be cheated on. I don't understand why that's a thing. It's like, oh, we have to cheat. No, you don't have to cheat. You can be single.
Disrespectful. Yeah.
You can be single. You don't have to do that.
Let's talk. I can set you free.
I will set you free. They don't want that. And that's unfair. That's the part. And that's the part that all the girls are like, all the girls would nod their heads at the same time, like, if y'all keep saying that's what y'all gonna do, y'all gonna be single.
Yeah. Because
we don't want that. You can be single, and I can, if I have to see a man like that, I can see him in my spare time when I want to. I'm not about to get married to him so he can cheat on me.
And not be able to leave when I want.
So I can be here doing all the cooking and all the cleaning, and still have to work and pay some bills, but also be getting cheated on. No, thank you. Pass.
No incentives.
That's not, there's no, what's the upside to that?
Yeah.
The servitude and dormitory.
At least back in Africa, the women, even if they work, they don't pay for anything.
See, now this is something we need to adapt.
So women stay for other reasons.
I was going to say, this makes you pause to think.
Yeah.
It gives you some.
What am I losing?
It gives you some. Hey, that's probably why the patriarchy set it up that way. Because at least if all the bills are paid, I have less to complain about.
Yeah.
I don't have to do extra labor. Because house labor is a lot. When I'm here by myself and I'm doing stuff like cooking and cleaning and meal prepping and stuff, it take up my whole day. I look up and kids is walking in the door again. Like, I thought I was going to have some time to sit down with a book. No.
Put your feet up.
Still very plenty. Like, it takes up the whole day still. I might as well have went to work.
How you getting money out of it?
It's more fulfilling. I enjoy this job, though. So, I don't know. What would I have done? Like, when women weren't allowed to work And my hands just want to, I guess I would have been one of those knitting women. I would be just sitting and knitting because my hands, they want to do stuff. My hands want to move. Uh-oh. Yeah. I can't do it. I am going to see about letting this. Wish my kids some luck, okay? Because we need the grandbabies.
Yeah.
At least one
Because
girl.
it will be so boring.
One girl that looks like me. Because where, like, come on. Like, and what kind of hairdresser
And
don't
you
have a
tried.
daughter? What kind of hairdresser can't have a daughter? That's crazy. And they really thought I was going to keep trying, too. Everybody was like, you ain't going to try again for your girl? Like, I didn't try 4 times. I tried 4 times. That's a lot of times. 4 kids is a lot of food, a lot of plates. That's what gets me. Whenever I thought about having more kids, it was like, ooh, that's a lot of plates. Like, think of all the dishes you gotta have. These kids be throwing plates and spoons and forks away. Like, I can't even keep enough. So, no, 4 is a lot. I told my grandma when I had my second one that 2 kids is a lot, cause she had 10.
Wow.
And I told her 2 kids is a lot, and she gonna say, there's nothing different between having 1 kid and having 6 kids. And I said,
What?
You out of line. She's out of line.
Maybe if she had said between 2 and 3 or 2 and 4, that 1 and 1 more is the difference.
2 was crazy, and my first one was 10 years older than the second one, so I had help.
Yeah.
But it's like you gotta do 2 stops in the morning. You got this one that needs one thing, but now this one needs another thing.
And you're gonna you threw away everything the first one used, so you're starting over.
This is what happens when you have 10 kids, and your house starts to be like a daycare. You just lose track. It's like
impossible.
a daycare at her house. How? I'm not. Oof. Like, where do they sleep? Like, is everybody on top of each other? Everybody can't even go nowhere as a family. Like, right now.
Yes, that's true.
Like, right now, I barely can fit everybody in the car. And it's a 7-seater because everybody's so tall. Like this one. Hello, handsome.
I need to know Dad's dream car.
Why? Do you get something?
I get money if I figure it out.
If you figure it out, are you allowed to ask me? Because don't be putting me in the middle of stuff.
I'm going to ask you.
If you're allowed to ask me, that's like him giving you something for free.
Yeah.
Because I know the answer.
I know you know the answer. You told us to ask you. No one else is doing it.
Nobody else is doing it. So it's a contest between you and your brothers. So I should give it some time and see if anybody else decides to ask me.
No, you should give it to he asked first.
It's a Dodge Viper. Hey, I want to split whatever it is you're getting.
That's what I was gonna say.
Look, somebody's coming. I knew it. Oh no, he's not here. Hi, Kevy.
Hey, Mom.
Deep voices already. 12. It's insane.
He's so tall.
Yeah, and then they get like stronger than you. Like my 10-year-old is already stronger than me. So I just quit whenever they're like fighting or whatever. I just go in my room because I'm not getting in the middle of that. Everybody's stronger than me. It's crazy. Your dad be like, I need you to. I can't do nothing. They bigger than me. They stronger than me. My job is done.
Yeah.
I'm basically here. I cook sometimes. You know, it's cool. That's it. That's my job now. Hugs. If anybody needs a hug, I'll be over here.
Let me know.
That's all I got. Because I was like, they were like arguing and I was trying to coax the little one to like out of the room. This boy is solid. He wouldn't move.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, okay, that's where we are. I can't even get you to leave the room anymore. Well, I'm out of here. I check out. This is where I get off. I'm gonna let you
I
handle
got
it.
$2 for it.
$2? One of those bucks is mine. Sweet. You can go ahead and send me both of them for that crystal ice you're gonna ask for later. Drink it slow. Got a long day left. Why is he giving away money for questions that I can answer? This is what I want to know.
Well, at least his siblings.
You're not broke. How much money you got?
It says use our tools.
How much money do you have? Use your tools means ask mom. That's ridiculous.
Exactly what it
But your brother
You
should
should
figure
have
it out.
said except.
Did your brother figure it out?
No, nobody else is gonna figure that out.
OMG. I thought he went and Googled it, but like, how's Google gonna know? I don't know why I know.
It's a team building exercise.
I don't know why that's his favorite car. It's ugly.
What is it?
Dodge Viper. I guess because it's fast. I hope because it's fast, but I ain't riding in it if it's going that fast. I'm scared. Every time we get a new car or a rental car, he want to go 100 miles per hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
I cannot be a passenger.
Me either.
Drop me
That's what
off
I tell you,
and then
please.
come back later.
I'm telling you. Nobody wants to do that. It's not fun for me. I don't understand. And then Nebraska.
Living dangerously is not even fun for me.
I like men like, see what I'm saying? They like danger. It's weird. Because the kids love that crap, but I don't like. When it's icy outside in Nebraska and he want to go and spin around on the ice, why are you doing this with your whole family in the car? Like, I don't want to die. Drop me off down the block, because just in case you slide all the way to the, because it's ice, you can't control this. They're crazy. I can't.
You definitely cannot control.
Definitely
ice.
terrified, like, of fast driving and of things outside of my control, really. Any kind of thing. Like, ice is not game, okay? I almost got in a bad accident on some ice one time. In Nebraska, I'm so glad to leave there and never have to experience that again, which I can't say never, because the first year I moved here, it snowed.
Well, that was the first year when everybody was stranded.
Yeah, they said I
took
brought
forever.
that was some years before. But 5 years ago when I moved here, well, it might be
Okay,
6.
yeah, I remember.
It was a smaller.
Yeah, it was
It
smaller.
snowed, but then it wasn't so
People were
cold.
still
So
stranded.
after I think it was like after a couple hours, it had melted. Yeah. So it wasn't that really, really bad one, huh?
Do you have a link to the private where I gotta upload and stuff?
In my text messages, but you should have it too.
I don't have it.
From Walnut Grove High School. Did I just say that? Oops. But yeah. Definitely, and I'm looking for a big car. I need a big car.
I wonder what type. Because yeah, you don't necessarily need the seats. You need the leg room.
I need leg room like crazy. Like everybody needs something. It could be a car if it's got like a lot of leg room, which I'm sure it exists somewhere.
Yeah, because I'm
don't
sure
know,
with
like,
all those basketball players.
I haven't been in, and it's like to go and look at all the possible cars would take forever. I need advice. I need something that can fit. Listen, I need something that can fit 5 really tall people. Like if all these boys are 6'4" before they leave my house, which they'll probably be taller than that. I need something that can
because one
fit
is already 6.
at least 3 6'5" people in the back. What? I didn't think this whole having kids thing through, because when I knew that it was boys, I should have probably stopped. I would be so sad if I would have stopped. I love Nikki.
Yeah, and you don't know if you would have had a girl or not.
I know now.
Yeah.
That I definitely wouldn't. Annoying. How rude. I was like, really?
But you know, men decide it's based on.
Is that is that like true, or is that just one of those things that they say?
It's a fact.
But does he like decide in his mind, or what are we talking about here?
It depends on what type of sperm he releases.
Well, how does he? Can he control which kind?
People say they can, but I don't think that's exact.
They can't, because that man told me it was a girl.
Yeah,
He said it out of his mouth. I actually said, "You lied to me."
They can.
Every time he lied to me 3 times. He lied 3 times. I just want a girl. What's up?
Yeah, girls are awesome. Honestly,
Right. I
you had
agree.
so much help.
I grew up, so that's the thing. I have 3 sisters. So my mom had 4 daughters. His mom had 4 sons. So it might be that he decides that his bloodline is all boys over there. So he do it. But see, that's the thing. He was married before me. He has 2 daughters.
So he left all the girls there.
Clearly. Because the signs was saying that he could have a girl. But clearly not over here. So whatever. But it's fine by me, because with a girl, I will start having a lot of more work right now. Like, you know, making sure that she's
Her hair
stays
is
on her.
done.
And,
She's not talking to
right,
boys.
like that she stays on the right path and stuff.
Mhm.
And with all boys, it's his turn now.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with that. I'm actually great with it. It's your turn. You can have it. Oh, mixed hair. I have mixed hair. It's easy. You just need water. Just need water every day. Water and I got my boys putting hair gel. So they've been trying out different hair gels. You do a handful of, so put some water in it with a spray some water in it with a water bottle, or listen, what I'm trying to get them to do is shower every day. If you get, if you get in the shower every morning, then your hair can easily get washed or at least wet in the shower. Then when you get out and dry it off a little bit, it's a roll handful of gel in it. Like boom, you're done. It's breezy. But like,
my son was in the shower for 2 seconds. I'm like, no way this water even touched you.
He said, you heard the water come on. Okay, I turned it off.
He's like, you're saving money. I'm like, what?
How does he know about it? He said, I said, save.
I guess I'm
My
always
water bill is
talking about
$50. The water bill is not costing me that much. Don't worry, you can take
yeah,
an extra.
you can take it. I
take a
take
couple-
baths, so you can take a shower.
You can have a couple.
Yeah.
A few more minutes won't hurt.
Let it touch your body at least.
Yeah. I go from that to spending hours in there. Running out
Yeah, that's what
running out on your house. Yeah. But yeah, they just, so my 10-year-old, my 12-year-old taught him how to do it. I taught the 12-year-old because he wants to groom. He wants pimple cream and he wants to do all his stuff. And so I went and bought him a whole little kit. And so then my youngest was trying to figure out what to do with his hair because he's like, it just does this poofy thing. And so he showed him what I showed him how to do his hair.
Nice.
But so instead of wetting his every day, he's just going straight in with the gel. He must have skipped a step. So he's going straight in with the gel every day. And so he's coming home from school with like big white chunks. It's like, did any of your classmates notice that? You gotta look in the mirror, bro. Like, look in the mirror before you leave the house. Look, it's right there where the gel is. The mirror is dead in front of you. Take a look at it. There's stuff in your ears. There's stuff in your nose. Your hair is white. You look crazy. Look at your t-shirt. Like, did you stretch?
Backwards?
Like, I'm like, did you stretch that neck out at school, or was it like that when you put it on? Like, this is what happens when you start letting them be more independent. Because I'm telling you, that bus comes early. I'm not always up.
Yeah, when the bus. Especially in middle school.
I mean, they seem to have it, you know, but no, that one be going to school looking like, why sometimes? Like, how? Did you even, I know he didn't look at himself.
Yeah.
I know for a fact, but it's like, you say you brush your teeth. You said you did. I see that gel.
Yeah.
So you've been in the bathroom. Did you see the mirror there? There was a mirror right there.
But even my son's teachers can know when he goes to his dad.
It's probably the ash on the ankles.
Yeah, and the hands and the face. Still some stuff in the eyes.
It's still a little crusty. Like nobody
Even
locked
the
eyes with you on the way out
outfit.
the door. Nobody, get to looking like don't nobody love you. Oh baby, it's not just the boys. It's the species. They don't see it, until they start liking the girls.
Yep.
So it's fine.
When the time
My oldest one started liking girls, started showering every day, and then had a couple little heartbreaks, and never wanted to shower again. It's like, shower for what? So these girls can be mean to me? It's like, bro, I think some girl at his high school literally pretended to want to be his girlfriend. Only to like try to humiliate him at lunch. And it was just
Kids
like,
can be so mean.
they are, but like, so you're done showering forever because of that? Like, Like the best
So
revenge
give
would be
her
go
the
to get a girl
reason.
that's
I'm
cuter than
telling
her.
you.
Like I'm gonna go get a girl that's cuter than you and love her loudly in your face. That's not what they. He's just heartbroken. Just heartbroken. Don't never even want to try again. Poor baby. Grown. Still, still untouched. That's the best way I can say it. But yeah, like grown and don't want to
It'll be a good one.
I mean, you gotta grow out of it one day.
Yeah.
You gotta get tired of being by yourself. At some point, you figure everything out.
At least if he picks one and she's good, he will stick with it.
Yeah, he'll probably only ever be with one girl. He might end up finding him a girl that's been saving it for marriage and go ahead and
just
marry her.
Yeah.
And then I'll get a grandgirl. But we'll see. Because right now, I mean, I don't think he's into podcasts, but if he was, he'd be watching what old boy was watching. And I don't recommend it, but he's not into podcasts, so that's cool. Because he do not need to find those. You find those and it's going to be over forever. And I'll be so sad.
That would be sad. I'd be sad with you.
Oh yeah, everything mapped out perfectly, like when that happens.
Too bad, so sad.
Yo, Dad. And they be so mean to each other. Just, like, your brothers is gonna be your only real friends one day, unless you mess it up. I'll be like, you gonna mess it up, then you're not gonna have your best friends. You messing it all up. So you think I gave you brothers so you could fight with them and never be friends? That's not why I did it. But stuff happens. You better be careful what you do when you're young. It might follow you. I'll be so mad if they grow up and don't be friends.
No, they will. I think at some point you realize that there's really nobody outside who can love you as much as the people who took in the same thing as you growing up.
I grew up right next to each other.
Knowing
Dang
each
near
other's
twins.
everything.
Almost twins. Matter of fact, when they were really little, I couldn't take them nowhere where people was like, are those triplets? Like, bro, no, they're not triplets. Can't you see this one's bigger? A little bit, just a little bit, but he's bigger though. They were all back to back to back. But now, there's a stair-step situation happening.
What, through robots?
So this is the thing. They dad did really good because Nikki looks really cute today. He looked he looked like I dressed him today, but I didn't. They was all asleep when I left today. So his dad must have made sure that he looked nice today. And I'm like, see, all dads ain't like that because he with me. You not going out of this house with me looking crazy.
That's the thing. That's what I think.
Embarrassing me at that school.
We may meet my coworker.
Embarrassing me at that school, girl. Wearing holy t-shirts. So what? Not holes when you got a whole closet full of clothes. I said, every time I see someone with holes, I say, take that off, put it in the trash. What are we doing?
I just have him put it in the trash while it looks.
Right, you're gonna have to watch. And because I got all the rest of them are basically grown and don't need me, the 10-year-old is like, well, come on, get it done already. What's wrong with you? Why you can't? And he's like super genius, so it's like, please stop making me parent. I'm done with this thing. I thought I was done here. You know how to go in there and make all kind of food. He likes to chop for me. We used to watch Master Chef. Girl, yes, you got to teach these kids what you need. I hate chopping, so I'd be like, nigga, can you cut these bell peppers and onions? It's a rough chop, but it gets the job done. I don't expect perfection. This is not Master Chef. This is not Master Chef. Chop it up. That's all I need. Any kind of chop. Just get the seeds out and all the nasty parts. Chops up tomatoes. Of course, when he chop up my tomatoes, he just get rid of all the juice. He just smush them down. And I don't really like the way he comes. But if I don't feel like it,
Then you'll
he's doing
compromise.
it. You know it. I just make him do a couple extra. Because it's not going to be enough the way he cuts them up. He smushes the heck out of them. You gotta be more gentle with them big old hands. Then my oldest one likes to bake. We didn't even know. He didn't win his basketball championship, so the next day was his brother's basketball championship game, and I think he was a little upset about it, but he didn't want to go. So, and I definitely was trying to get him to go, because like, why wouldn't you go to your brother's? But he didn't want to go, so he stayed here, and so I figured why he didn't want to go, but he when we got back, he was like, he knew he was gonna win, which he did. So he had baked the cake, and this is the first time I even knew that he knew how to do that. He had just went and found a recipe, and he used flour and like he made it from scratch. It wasn't like there was a box in the cabinet. He literally looked up a recipe and made a cake from scratch, and it was good. And made icing from scratch too, because we didn't have cake or icing in his house. He made both. I was like, oh, okay, so you bake. All right. Now they did take home ec in junior high. So I'm like, okay, all right then.
That's some skills.
Period. Made a cake for his brother. Decorated. It was cute.
Would be nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Liz, I'm trying to tell you. I did okay. I mean, it's still a toss up. You never know how these things go. But I'm hoping. Because I put a lot of work in. I won't be so mad. Like, listen, I did not raise him like that. But bring my grandbaby over here. I won't let him come over. Don't you worry about it. He got to see you in court? Okay, but I don't, right? Okay. Because I'm not going he can't come over here while my baby girl here. I ain't got time. If that's how y'all gonna be, I can't control it. I'm not in control of that, but I can control me. I bet you I'm gonna follow the rules because I won't see my grandbaby. I'll show him pictures, girl. I'll just show him the pictures. Cause what'll be so crazy is it ain't like that man gonna find out anyway. Them girls, them men don't be caring. Anyway.
True that.
You ain't got to hide from grandma. If the man don't care, he don't care whether or not grandma gone or not. But 9 times out of 10, if he do get the baby going to grandma. Almost every time.
That's true.
This has been my experience. Okay, let's wrap this up and go under the dryer. We are almost done. Period. All right, let me warm this baby up. Put the wrap around your head. You got the baby hairs that people want, and they go through a lot of trouble to get. They cut the hair and slick it. You got those just right there.
I never understood Americans with their baby hair.
Yeah,
it's so important.
Some people can't control it, and some people force it because they can't really get it. But some people just have it. You have it. That's probably why you never.
Yeah, that's probably
because it's just there already. That's why it's strict anyway. Because otherwise, they want to curl up every which way. All right. I think I changed it a little bit for purposes of not being exactly the same every time. I don't think you care if it was, but that's fine. It's fine.
You will change your winning team. I'm consistent all the time, every time.
You are. I was gonna say, what were you normally doing? If we did 6 weeks this time and it was killing you, you normally do 3 or 4?
I usually do 3 and going 4 on the 4th week.
Okay.
So I was miserable to say the least.
I'm so sorry. You made it though. I'm glad you made it because ain't no telling what they doing over in Mexico now. Exactly. I don't think they know what they.
I didn't want to even go through that. Because even looking, I didn't want to even.
I was gonna say, did you? Because I would be curious. Like, girl, is there a lot of black people there?
No, it's really mixed.
Is there mixed? Yeah, like everybody look mixed like me?
Black.
It's not. It's like equal parts.
Yeah.
I see.
And I didn't see a lot of dreads. Maybe I saw one person.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, and they weren't even
nice,
good.
so
Yeah, I was gonna say they probably was bad. Yeah, I'm just imagining if I was walking the streets in Mexico, if I saw something, they wouldn't be nice. They wasn't expecting to see yours around there.
Yeah, they were like,
she's not from around here.
Yeah. She smiled at me. I knew it was the hair was the connection, but I'm like, let me not do too much eye contact before she started talking.
Yeah, we got it. Okay, what we got? Thank you. Yes, I have videos about how to retwist. All right, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.